Hey everyone, this is Caroline Nixon, and today I'm bringing you step 7 to love yourself slimmer. Again, this step is really practical, just like the past 2 have been practical. You need to look at and make sure that you're getting quality sleep. You know this. I know that you know this. You know that you know this. But so many of us have gotten used to really bad sleep. Okay, if you are a mom and you've had small children, even if you don't have them now, they're grown, you know what happens when you have small children. You don't sleep very much. And I think we as women in particular have gotten pretty darn, well, men too, I guess, but I'm a woman, so I'm speaking from my experience. We've gotten used to sacrificing our needs for our loved ones, but also we've learned, because we had to. If we had small children, I had a 2-year-old, and then I was pregnant. I had another one, so I had 2 in a very short time. Some people have it even in a smaller distance. You know what it's like to be sleep deprived. Okay. I don't even need to tell you all the health issues that can arise from not getting enough sleep. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Your body heals itself while you sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep through all the various REM cycles that your body goes through, your body is not able to heal itself fully. Okay? Boom. Okay? So I'm not going to go into all of that. You know how important it is. Just, you know what, if you don't know, just don't sleep for a couple days and see how you feel. You feel like crap. What I am going to talk to you about is a couple of things that you can do to set your body up to get a good sleep. We live in a fast-paced society. We are going. We're always staring at a device. And we're not getting outside as much, and it really has wreaked havoc with our circadian rhythm. That the circadian rhythm is the rise and shine and sleep. Your circadian rhythm helps your body release serotonin to wake you up and melatonin to help you sleep. Now, some people say, well, I just take melatonin. I don't personally, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do you. What I will say is that when melatonin, I believe, has its place if you are traveling to a different time zone to help your body kind of get back on track. But if you start taking melatonin to help your body sleep better, what you might find is your body's not going to naturally release the melatonin, and so then you become sort of melatonin dependent on the supplement. So again, that's between you and your doctor. But what I am going to tell you, I have 6 things that I'm going to cover quickly for you, just to get you thinking, because sometimes we don't even think about these things. So if you want to get a really good night's sleep, maybe you're not sleeping so well. First of all, you want to, actually, I'm just looking at my list here. I just want to make sure, you want to make sure that you're not getting caffeine in the afternoon. You might be caffeine sensitive, and it might be keeping you up. And some people say, oh, no. But I have a 3 o'clock cup of coffee or a cup of tea or chocolate. Some people can even be sensitive to the caffeine in chocolate. So just be mindful of that. If you have a lot of caffeine beverages, green tea has caffeine. There's a lot of herbal teas that have caffeine in them, as well as coffee and all the various forms of coffee. Okay, you want to remove electronics from your bedroom. Electronics contribute to transient electricity and or EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, and they can actually interfere with your body being able to reach homeostasis. Some people are more sensitive than others. How many of y'all sleep with your phone next to your bed? If you're going to do that, because a lot of people, like myself, I haven't had a regular phone. I pointed at the wall. I used to have the wall phone. I haven't had a regular phone in years. I just have a cell phone. I do not keep my cell phone next to my bed. I do, however, read Kindle on my iPad. So what I started doing, gosh, 6 months ago or so, maybe even longer, but when I go to bed, I put it on airplane mode so it turns off the Wi-Fi. And have I noticed a difference? I do actually believe that I have. I do feel like I'm sleeping deeper. Okay, I did a few other things as well. I'm not willing to experiment because what I'm doing is working. And I'll tell you the other things as well. Okay. Also, your devices, if you're going to have it next to your room, make sure speaking of notifications, make sure your notifications are off. And make sure for sure your ringer's off. Okay, the last thing you need is ding, 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 ding. Notifications, in my view, should be off anyway. Every time you get a notification on your phone and your ringer's on, it's like a dopamine hit. Ding, ding, ooh, ooh, and your body's reacting, and you're constantly after that next dopamine hit. Turn off your ringer. And have your phone face down and as far away from you as possible, if not out of your room, okay? And turn it on airplane mode. Sometimes phones can emit lights, they have little lights, and that leads me into the next tip is you want to make sure that your bedroom, wherever you're sleeping, is as dark as possible. Your skin, even, people say, oh, I wear an eye mask. That's all well and good, but even your skin has light receptors, and some people are more sensitive than others. So even if you have a smoke alarm in your bedroom and there's a little light, that can actually mess with your sleep. It's crazy, but give it a try. You do want to make sure, like if you have a clock, if you can, face it away. Wear the eye mask has been a godsend for me because my husband goes to bed a lot later than I do, and he comes in the room and he turns on all the damn lights. And I've trained him. We've been married 20 years. I trained him a little bit not to, turn on all the lights. Like he might turn on his night light next to his bed. But I have found that it will wake me up if I don't have my eye mask on. So I do wear an eye mask. I already talked about putting your devices on airplane mode. Some people go so far as to actually turning the electricity off to their bedroom. Like they go into their breaker and turn it off if you are really sensitive to electricity and EMFs, okay? Another tip would be to keep your bedroom temperature on the lower side. When we're hot, we don't tend to sleep as well. Now, maybe this isn't you, but it is definitely, or if you have like, some people are real sensitive to like fans blowing on them. They can't sleep well. Just be mindful. Studies have shown that when the temperature is a little bit lower, and I'm not going to say what's recommended because everybody's different. We keep our house heat at like 68 downstairs and like 67 upstairs because it just gets too hot. You can always put on a sweater. You can always put on a sweatshirt. I would rather be too cold than too hot. Well, it depends. Depends on where I'm at. But I don't like being cold. I don't like it when my feet are cold. I don't like it when my hands are cold. I don't like being cold. But I also I can't sleep hot, okay? You actually, your body actually sweats at night, even if you don't realize it. You become a little bit dehydrated while you're sleeping. That's why it's really good to drink a little glass of water when you wake up in the morning. But that's a different subject. Okay, so studies have shown that people do sleep better when it's just slightly cool. Well, a little bit cooler in the bedroom. Okay, and then, there's something for me about snuggling with my comforter. Oh, I just love it. Okay. If you have trouble sleeping, some people recommend taking magnesium at night because magnesium does a lot of different things for your body. Magnesium is wonderful. It relaxes your muscles. So you can actually take a supplement. If that's how you do, you can make sure you're eating magnesium-rich foods. Some people like to soak in a bath with Epsom salts, which is a form of magnesium. You can add, and even having a nice relaxing bath can be very relaxing and kind of getting into that routine of now I am getting ready for bed. Now I'm, and then your body's circadian rhythm starts to kind of react that way, which leads me into the final step, which is following a consistent bedtime, a consistent nightly routine is going to help kind of bring that muscle memory, if you will, to your body that it's time to rest, it's time to relax. So I love exercise and movement. I think building movement into your day is awesome. I don't necessarily think I'd recommend going for a jog 5 minutes before you're going to bed. Maybe do some light stretching, okay? Getting kind of unwinding your body. But again, listen to your body, okay? Listen, because some people do, the only time they can exercise is at night. I would just maybe try to space it out a little bit so that you're not like, unless, again, there's always the exception to the rule, unless you exercise and then you go take a relaxing bath. I mean, that's get it. I get that. That's good. But being consistent with your sleep time, it is said, they, whoever they are, scientists, medical professionals have suggested that going to bed between 10 and 11 is optimum for health and wellness, and getting, again, I'm not going to tell you how much sleep to get because not everybody needs the same amount. I need 8 hours. My body needs it. I want it. I love it. And that's my rhythm. I turn off my light. I seriously turn off my light like 9:30, and I'm up at like 5:30, and that's just my rhythm. I'm a morning person. My husband, not so much. But here's what happens is the later you go to bed, especially, and this is another tip, is not the best thing in the world to eat super late, because then your body, you're trying to relax to get ready for sleep, but your body's in like digestion mode because you got food in your stomach that needs to be processed, and it can disrupt your sleep. Also, drinking, people say that, oh, I have a glass of wine and I relax, and maybe, but a lot of studies have shown that actually drinking alcohol actually disrupts your sleep. It might like knock you out, immediately, but then you'll wake up and then you have a hard time getting back to sleep. What else do I want to say? One thing that can be really helpful is, and I'm going to give you the dreaded J word, journaling or gratitude. Doing a little gratitude practice before your bed, going through your day, either in your head or writing or typing, whatever works best for you. Going through the day and just like, oh yeah, I'm really grateful for this. I'm really grateful this happened. This was awesome. Excuse me. Going through your day and being grateful, being appreciative of all the wonderful things. It gets you into that energy of gratitude, which you take into your sleep, and then you can wake up like refreshed and ready to get moving with your day. Or journaling, doing a brain dump, getting all the things out of your mind, and then maybe going into a gratitude practice, especially if you had a rough day, can be really, really beneficial. And some people like to do the next day's to-do list right before bed, or within an hour or so of bed. It kind of gets those things, those to-dos out of your head so that your body can begin to relax. What else? Oh, and I have so many tips. Okay, and one more tip, and then I'll probably call it a day. It is said that looking at a screen, any screen, even if it's a Kindle, which I'm guilty of, any computer screen, any TV screen, your eyes need rest, and the frequencies that are emitted from the screens can actually activate you, keep you awake, keep you wired, keep you scrolling, all that. So you can do one of two things. You can get some blue blocks, which are glasses that you can purchase. My iPad has like a nighttime mode, so it takes the blue out. And so at a certain time, you can set your device to go into that nighttime mode. If you're doing that, okay. Better yet would be not to look at any device at all, like for an hour or at least 30 minutes or an hour before you go to bed. I read on a Kindle, so that ain't happening. You know, you have to pick and choose and do what you actually will do. I can give you all the best advice in the world, but if you're not going to do it, then it's not going to help you, right? I like to say the only tool that works is the one that you actually use. So take these tools. You know, you might have your own. There are herbs you can make, like herbal teas. People love essential oils, having crystals next to your bed, all of that. Lots to do. I do an energetic disconnect before I go to bed. I imagine, and I actually highly recommend this, is I imagine that I'm unplugging from the collective consciousness, so the energy of the planet. I'm unplugging from that, and I literally see it as a plug, and then I imagine that I'm plugging into source, God, creator, universe, higher self, whatever you resonate with, and that way, and then I ask that my guides are with me as I'm sleeping to help me have a good night's sleep. Because sometimes, you know, us spiritual folks, and maybe even not so much spiritual folks, we you know, when we're sleeping, this is gonna get a little woo-woo, so if you don't like it, you can, you know, get off now. But our astral body, so one of our energetic bodies, our astral body, which is out here, kind of takes off and does things as we sleep. And we can wake up and be like, I am so tired. What was I doing last night? So you can always, you're the human in the body having this experience. You can tell your people, your entourage, your guides, your angels, yeah, not tonight. I need sleep. Or you can say, I need sleep. My body needs rest. Okay. So you have that power. Okay. Nobody can take you out of yourself unless you allow it. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me know in the comments what tips you liked, what tips you're like, I'm not doing that. Because sometimes what triggers us, or what we are like, I'm not doing that. I invite you to dig in a little bit and just kind of explore that. It might just be that it is not for you, and that's cool. Sometimes we resist what we need, though, because there's some inner work that we got to do. And remember, what tip was it? I think it was tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to get really clear on your beliefs and your programming, because that's what's running the show. Your subconscious mind is running the show. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you with the next tip next week. Bye.